Hey, what's up, everybody? It's JayRoC right here. Today I'm gonna be hitting you with a statue review. This is gonna be one of the more premium statues. This is from Sideshow Collectibles. This statue is gonna run you short of 22 inches tall, so it's gonna be pretty big. The weight, it's a female character, Lady Death from Coffin Comics or Chaos Comics back in the 90s. So it's only about 9.5 width, wide because it's thinner. You know, it is a female character. Now the sculptor behind this is Tim Miller. This was he created a real masterpiece here. Cat Spencer is on the paint application, and we got Gidget Earle on the fabric design because it's a mixed media. You have pieces that are porcelain or polystone, whatever you call it, and you have pieces that are like imitation leather and so forth, right? Okay, so I'm gonna show the statue off, show the pieces off, and we'll talk a little bit about the design and so forth. All right, so this is the base. It's pretty heavy. It's probably heavier than the statue itself, or just as heavy. And it looks like a lot of boulders. I mean, it's Lady Death. She's supposed to be in hell. You have these pieces here that are color coordinate. You see how they inside the holes they have colors, and the pieces themselves. See, like this one, the blue, the light blue, will go with the light blue piece. Then you just put it in place, bam. Pretty easy, right? You do the same with the rest of the pieces. Have some more over here, over here. So it's pretty simple to place the pieces themselves. Look at the colors here. Look at this. Look at that. It almost looks like it really got scraped or I dropped it or something. The paint job by Cat Spencer is phenomenal. Look at the little cracks here. Very, very realistic. The lines on the rocks themselves. You see more lines here. On video, I don't know if this video is gonna do it justice when I go back and watch it, but they look very detailed. Tim Miller, the sculptor, he really got off right here. And you see the rocks have different color. You get some type of brownish here, and then you get a darker brown in the middle, and then you get like almost a stone, polystone color as well. So you get different colors on the stones themselves. That adds a lot more realism and a lot more detail. Sometimes they just paint it all one color and it looks very basic. So you really get your money's worth. These are not the cheapest thing, but they are worth what you pay because a lot of attention to detail goes into these. Look, I mean, look at all that. Look at all this white paint they added. I almost for a second thought like, hey, did it come damaged or something? And I was like, oh no, that's just the paint job. I was like, wow, real good. You know, like they fooled me. Look at this. Look at the engravings on these stones. They look very, very realistic. Now look at the skeleton here itself. Okay, let's take a good look at the skeleton. It looks simple when you first look at it, but when you really look at the detail, look at over here how it's a much darker color. Then over here, it slowly starts changing color, so it looks old and worn. It looks like that skull's been there for a minute, you know, just decaying already. And then look at this. Lady Death will be standing on this, so her foot will be here, and she just crushes this skull. Now this paint, the paint right here by Spencer, you see this is a beautiful combination of both, not just the paint application, but the sculptor itself, because it really looks like it's cracked. It looks like, look, it's all broken. It really looks like if you didn't see this right here, it would look like it broke, like somebody, like a cracked eggshell. Like I said, they really worked in harmony real nice. The sculptor and painter, they were both on the same page, and they really knew what they were doing here. See the other side of the skull. Look at this. Look at that. It really looks very like an old bone. Like when you have a chicken bone, you leave it in the backyard somewhere, you forget about it, you didn't throw it in the trash, and then you start seeing the colors move like this. That's how this was. Like it's been sitting there for a minute, right? And you see the colors change and like I said, decay. And look at it. Really, I'm really impressed with all these cracks, how they look all broken. The bad thing about this is once you put the statue, you can't really appreciate the detail that went into this because the foot will be here kind of covering it up for the most part. All right, let's get to some of the other pieces. Now here goes the right arm. It'll be holding a huge Sith. I mean, she is the Grim Reaper basically. So you got the paint job here. We'll get a better look at it once it's assembled. Here's your gloves. Here's, you'll connect two pieces to the Sith. And I mean, the paint job looks pretty good, and it looks like she has a leather sleeve, the gear itself. Look at these lines in the middle and the creases. Looks very realistic. It almost looks like it looks like if it's a piece of a leather jacket or something, right? Look at that. I love this line they did right here in the middle, and they did one in the bottom, because then it has creases around it. It's, you know, like a real wardrobe would be. But it is painted on. It's sculpted. It's not fabric. Check out the other hand. It comes with two right hands, because this is the premium one that comes with like bonus pieces. It comes with an extra hand. As you can see here, very much the same as the other one. This camera's kind of acting wonky on me right now. It's acting blurry. This hand is open. Here, there, it got a little better. Oh, look at the paint job on this. It's real good. Sometimes it bleeds over to the model itself on some stuff, you know. Here they did a pretty good job. It's pretty sharp. Now this hand will be holding this. These are like bonus pieces you get, right? Like an extra arm and an extra, this hourglass that it could be holding. So you could put this arm with that hourglass, which I'll show you in a minute. Or you could put this arm, which should be holding a sword. So it's up to you. You know, you could play with it a little bit, so it won't just be in the same pose all the time. You could somewhat switch it up. We'll get to the paint details and so forth on these as I put the pieces. We'll get a better look. All right, this is the beauty herself, live and direct. Don't worry about her being bald. We'll get to the hair right now in a minute. You will have to assemble it yourself. Look at that gorgeous face. It's amazing. Love it. Love it. Looks like straight from the comic books. She has her chain here. This looks out of place right here, this emblem. But she will come with a cape, which I'll show off right now. And we'll see how she looks without the cape and then how she looks with the cape. Has other matching skulls here. Great paint job on them. She's wearing this black leather. And I mean, look at those tits. They're amazing. Joe Allard, the guy who designed this digitally so that they could make a scope of it, he did an awesome job. This looks like she came right out of Beverly Hills Cosmetics, you know, cosmetic surgery. You know, like they did an awesome job. And look at here, it has the white application and it has some type of almost light blue hue to it to add muscle tone. Also on the torso itself. So it looks like, you know, she's been working out. She's in shape. She's not all just plastic, right? She's not all just cosmetic surgery. She does work out. You see some muscle tone here and on her legs. You know, she's been doing squats, obviously. And look at these thigh-high leather boots. Damn. Look at that. Very, very realistic. Look at this right here where the straps pull the boots. You see these lines here. It almost fools you into thinking that this is material that you put on the doll. You know what I'm saying? But it's not. It just goes to show you how realistic what a great job the sculptor did, right? Now you know everybody wants to see the booty shot. It's very important for us collectors. Yeah, it looks nice. You know, looks proper. Look at her back again. Plenty of muscle tone back there, and she has this line down her back, which looks I always found that very sexy. Looks awesome. I don't know. Let me see the paint here. I gotta zoom in a little. Paint looks a little off on the straps. It's not a huge deal, but look, it looks like right there, it's a little bit of the white goes onto the black strap. But and, I mean, the cape is gonna cover that up, so it's not a huge deal. Maybe it just looks that way from the way the lighting. It could be just glare. I have to check right now after I turn the camera off. Look at the back of her neck, wearing some nice earrings. So she's only gonna get sexier once you throw that hair on her, right? Okay, now let's assemble everything together and we'll look at it once it's all put in place. All right, let's take a look at the hair here and some of the accessories. This snaps into place pretty easy. It has this, so it's this part. It's not magnetic because it will be on top of the head, but the arms and a lot of the other pieces are magnetic. Which, I mean, you have to use magnets. I get why they use them, but I'm not always the biggest fan of them. They don't feel that sturdy. But again, if you use this type of stuff all the time, it will, over time, it won't fit into place as snug, and the magnet will, I guess, always work just as well. Look at it. This is a big piece of hair. I mean, she's working with a lot of hair. You gotta remember, this character was created in the 90s. They didn't upgrade her much as far as her design. The 90s, big hair was in. Even in the 80s, big puffy hair, lot of Aquanet hairspray. That was in. I mean, we all know who Madonna is, right? You know what I'm talking about. Even all the rockers back then, the guys. Now this has as you can see, it has different colors. It has two colors, the white, and it has some grayish tones to it to give it a little umph, add a little life to it. It's very, very wild. Look, like it's swerving now, like the wind's hitting it. And then look at down here. It's a lot of hair, man. It's a lot. It's flying all over the place. Very wild. I'm digging it. Can't wait to put it on Lady Death herself and see how it looks. Now here are some of the weapons that came with. She got the Sith, which is her go-to weapon, the Sith. Look at all it has a lot of like scratches. And then I like that after the scratches, they change the color tone on the bottom of the blade. So it looks battle worn, like it's been put to use. It's not, she's not just holding it to look cool, like she uses this motherfucker, like she puts it to work. Look at that. Look at that. He's seen a few battles, more than a few. Looks just great. Great paint job. And it has another blade on this side. Look at that other one. With all the lines it has, like it's been resharpened. Like, it got dull because they've been using it so much and they had to resharpen it. Now, the stick itself, it doesn't have any cracks or cuts or anything. Great paint job on it, though. Great paint job, but the blade looks very war-ridden, and this doesn't. It looks pretty normal. Okay, so this is her go-to weapon, the Sith, because she is Lady Death. She's the Grim Reaper basically, and Grim Reaper got to rock that Sith. Her other weapon is this sword. The paint job on this is I'm not as impressed with it as I am on the Sith, but it's still nice. It's still alright. This doesn't have a bunch of cracks and scratches. It looks like more dull. Yeah, it's night and day between this and the Sith, because the blade has all kinds of different color tones and so forth, and a bunch of scratches on it. This one, they didn't do that on the paint job. It doesn't look battle ridden or worn like the Sith does. And it got no scratches either. Check out the skull. The skull itself looks real nice. Gold and black on both sides. This would snap onto place. Now this one is optional if you want to put it on the doll. We'll show you right now. Okay, this is the last piece. It's this almost feels like leather, but I don't think it's real actual leather. But they do a good job at replicating leather. And then in the inside, it's a little more shiny, a little more glossy and slippery. This is more like a silk on the inside. And on the outside, it's like an imitation leather with a flat black finish, a matte finish. It will get a little bit of glitter, but not nearly as much as the red on the inside. Real nice material on the inside. I wouldn't mind having sheets this material. And around this whole cusp, it has metal wiring, so that you could, fold it like that, or whatever shape like that you want to put, right? It comes in this plastic right here. I just removed it. This will go over her head. Like I said, she is the Grim Reaper. You could put this over her head and remove the hair or the wig, if you will, or you could leave this off and just show her off with the hair. Great piece. This part is awesome. I really like this. Can't wait to throw it on there right now. It's pretty big, and you just gotta remember how to fold it if you ever wanna put it back in its place. Let's show off some of the skulls. I mean, look at that one. Man, this looks like a real skeleton. The detail on this is amazing, and look at those teeth. They're actually pretty straight teeth. They're not bad looking. They're just, very yellowish, very decaying, but they're all in their place and they're pretty straight. This cat didn't have bad teeth, they weren't crooked or anything. Nice job. We got the coloring inside the eyes. The different shades on the skull, the cracks. Look at this stick, just went right through his head. Boom. Look at the detail on the bottom. Very nice. And on the bottom, it didn't even really need to have detail because you're not going to be seeing this. But they still went through the trouble of doing it anyways, which is always, it's always nice to get that extra effort. Look at the stakes. The paint job on the stakes is real nice. If they ever do some Buffy the Vampire Slayer, who's your go-to guy? Spencer on paints. All right. Now this is a very straightforward skeleton, your typical skull. Let's look at these other two. Look at this one. They just get more gruesome. Look at what happened to this guy. And this guy's teeth are fucked up. Look at all those cavities. And look, he's missing a tooth there. Damn, look at that. And look at the bottom teeth. Look at those cavities again. Bottom teeth are not too bad. They're pretty straight. But, I mean, that's the least of his worries. Look at that skull. I wonder if they did this to the guy before, while he still lived or after when it was just a skull. Look at that stake. Just went right through him. You'll put it like this. It's very nice. A wide open jaw with a missing tooth. That was a nice added touch. Add some character to it. And then here's another one. Have a few more. I won't be showing all of them. This is the bottom of this one. This one don't even have the bottom half of the skull. Again, it went right through the eyeball. And right through the back of his head. I mean, they just... These skulls would look nice on a Conan piece as well. Which Lady Death is kind of somewhat like a Conan character. She has her swords and she has sorcery, magic, and so forth. She fights Lucifer. I wouldn't mind seeing her team up with Conan one of these days. That'd be awesome. So yeah, you get these, and like I said, there's a few more. I just wanted to show a few of them. They really got creative with them, try to do different things, so they're not all just like this. They got some weight on them too. They're pretty heavy. All right, so this is the finished product with the Sith, the cape. The cape looks gorgeous. You see now you can see from there the bottom, all the skulls down here. They add a lot of grittiness, if you will, to the piece. A lot of detail on the base, a lot of skulls to put in place and spikes. The Sith is huge. A lot of people don't like it. It's a little flimsy. My personal opinion, it is a little flimsy. It moves around a little, but you're not gonna be playing with it. It's gonna be put in place, and you're pretty much just gonna leave it there, right? So I don't have any issues with that. As far as how big it is, it's a Sith, homie. Like it's supposed to be big. It's not a sword. It's not a knife. It's not an axe. It's a Sith. Traditionally, Siths are on a long stick, a lot bigger than a sword. Look at her thigh-high boots. They look amazing. Almost looks like lingerie. One thing I will say on this Sith, the top part is pretty light. The bottom part, it's all solid metal. It's pretty heavy. You cannot pick it up. If you pick this part up from the arm, like when you're unconnecting it, because they are connected with magnets, the bottom piece will fall because it's metal. Like I said, it's very heavy. It cannot hold into place. Now here on the bottom, on the base, it has a little holder where you would put the sieve pointing to, so the base holds it. If you move it out of place from there, this bottom part will fall off, so be careful for that. Also, another very important thing, if you pick up this piece, do not pick it up from the character itself, from the torso or body. Put one hand on the body and pick it up from the base. Pick it up from the base, because if you pick it up from the top, the base will fall. It's super heavy. The character itself will not hold the base. You gotta hold the base, and I would recommend when you're holding the base, still hold the legs or the back of the character, because it can fall off. It's put pretty sturdy into place, but not sturdy enough where you can lift it or move it around much. It will pop out of place. So just putting that out there. Look at the red on the inside. It really pops with the lights. Gorgeous, gorgeous. I love it. You get a lot of these spikes as well. A lot of spikes and skulls on the bottom of the character. Look there. The sieve and the cape look magnificent. The sculpting, I love it. It's a very nice piece. It's a masterpiece, honestly. Both the painter and sculptor did a great job. Just great. And it's it commands attention. Obviously, because the way she's dressed, she's gonna grab attention into the room. The people are gonna turn around and look at this character. Plus, she's real pale. She's real pale. That also stands out because real bright white. It's real bright. If you have 3 or 4 statues or whatever in a shelf in your room, however you show them off, when people walk in, this character is gonna stand out. It's gonna stand out from the crowd because people are gonna see Spider-Man. People are gonna see these other characters, and we're familiar with them. When they see this character, they're gonna be like, whoa, like, who's that? Not everybody knows who this character is. And also, like I said, she's real bright white, so that just stands out on its own. Plus, I mean, look what she's wearing. A girl walks down the street dressed like this, she's gonna be noticed, she's gonna turn heads. That's just nature of the beast. It's gonna happen, and I'll be like, whoa. So like I said, it's a great piece. The hairdo is exactly like in the comic books. Love the hair, and it's a lot of hair. It's very big. Did I show the back of it, how it looks once look at that. A lot of hair. The cape, like I said, the cape you can move however you want. I put it this way, but you can move it into different, you can put it up like that or like this or however you want. Like this would be good because it'll show off the skulls more. But like I said, you could put it however you want. It does have metal wires on the bottom. If you guys seen this piece, let me know what you think about it. I think it was well worth the price. Great piece. And this is a more kind of obscure character that doesn't have a lot of statues. Maybe has 2 or 3. It's not like your Wolverine, your Iron Man. They got God knows how many statues, right? So it's always good to see these other characters when they get a statue release. I kind of get more excited to see those that you don't see very often. It's like, oh shit, like wasn't expecting this character to get that type of love. You know what I mean? So it's always nice to see that. Let me know what you guys think about this video, what you think about the statue. I'm not sure if I mentioned this was released back in 2013, I believe. So it's been out for a while. Since then, Sideshow has released one more Lady Death, I believe in 2019. But this one is it's by far my favorite over the 2. Alright guys, hopefully you liked this video. If you did, you hit that like button. If you want to see more of the same, or you want to see some comic book reviews or hardcover reviews, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That way it'll notify you on your feed next time I upload a new video. Alright, other than that, I'll just check you guys out next time.